shaken off McCormick. Trying to get it going. Now Pearce, and down he goes, and a penalty is being given. And Pearce fell over Pinckney, and will almost, as he very often does, puts it to the left of the goal, in other words, to the goalkeeper's right. Jackson, who would have seen it often enough before, will wonder if he's going to do it now, and he changes to the other direction and puts Tottenham a goal ahead. Of the ball, but Pearce with the corner, and England the goal. Oh, and is that going to be an own goal? It is! Oh, a crazy own goal that somehow is symptomatic of the whole afternoon of Tottenham. Rice. Graham again. Rice. Charlie George going for it. That was his header. Oh, and there was a misunderstanding there. Radford has got time to tee it up. And a handball, and he could do nothing else by Hinshelwood on the line. And that's going to be a penalty. But that was a misunderstanding in the defence when the goalkeeper was coming for it. And Radford had time to choose his spot. And Hinshelwood had to handle that off the line, and I think Harry New was quite right not to book him for deliberately handling. The punishment surely is enough, that Arsenal get the penalty, and the referee just going there to make sure that Paul Hammond stays on the line, must not move before the kick is taken, and it's Charlie George who's going to take it. Are Arsenal going ahead? No! No! Yes, the goal has been given. That must have fractionally cost the line. That must have fractionally cost the line. The whole of the ball must be across the line. Harry New, the referee, looked at his linesman, and the linesman had his flag pointing towards the middle. And so Paul Hammond, in that Crystal Palace goal, who looked as though he'd somehow kept it out after the ball had hit the post. And the crowd now beginning to build up again behind Crystal Palace. Tambling looks as though he might try and in-swinger with that left foot. Blythe right in there. Craven in there, and a goal! John Craven has got to be credited with it, but it's the equaliser. 1-1. So John Craven makes it 1-1. And now the crowd really beginning to go. Marinello for Arsenal. Tambling back, and he's given it to Radford, and that's it! Tambling's back pass, and within a minute, Crystal Palace have given away the lead, or rather the situation of being all square, when Tambling's back pass played Radford onside, and he made no mistake. Cook to Pinckney. Still with Alan Pinckney, and then a nice little back heel by George Graham, allowing Blockley to get it away. But not a particularly good clearance again. It only goes as far as Blythe. Tambling in. Oh, a nice little chance here now for Craven, and he's done it! 2-2! 2-2! John Craven, his second goal. Flicked on very nicely for him, and Tambling had a big part in it, and he'll feel better for that, leaving Craven the chance to plant it wide of Jeff Barnett, and 2-2 is the score. So it really now becomes quite a derby game as Radford takes another long throw. Out as far as Kelly, and now for McNabb. Turned in again, and Rice, yes! Pat Rice! Palace thought he was offside, and they're going to hound the referee. They are arguing with the referee, and they're persuading him to go and have a word with the linesman. And it's a good goal. Pat Rice's goal counts. And so it becomes 3-2.
Rodgers away. Lawson off his line, he's there! You can't ask for a better start than that! Oh, he kept his head so well!
Nodded back by Bates for Bremner. But a poor one by him to Cook. And now to Hughes. Forward into the space there for Rodgers. Can he get it? No. Craven, can he? Yes, he can. Craven. Oh, a goal! Oh, a wonderful goal by John Craven. Rodgers certainly had a part in it. And Craven, who looked for a moment as though he'd lost it, picked himself up with such agility and hammered it into the roof of the net. 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Lorimer once more to take it, Jones to wait for it, Bell is in there too, a deeper one this time towards Ellum. Giles hitting it first hand, against the post, and somehow they scrambled that away, with Leeds having none of the luck there. Rodgers, letting it go over his head in fact, and now Mulligan to pick up the loose one. Past Hunter, inside to Payne, inside to Cook. Really getting behind this Crystal Palace side, relieved as they must have been that Giles' shot hit the post. And now Payne. And now Craven! Yes, another goal! John Craven! And the crowd have gone crazy because it's not often at Selhurst Park that they've seen moments like this. Hughes was right in there. Payne only half hit his shot. Craven finished it off. 2-0 to Crystal Palace. 2 minutes to go to half-time. And the crowd are thoroughly enjoying themselves. Not so David Harvey. Jones, again making one of those unselfish runs, and it might lead the way open for Clark. No, it's for Jones! Yes, and he made no mistake. And that's a reward for some very unselfish running right through this game by Mick Jones. And as that ball came loose to him, left foot, bang, 2-1. Crystal Palace 2, Leeds United 1. 11 minutes of the second half gone. And it's going to be Mick Bates to take it. And Hunter again right in there. Cherry 2 and Clark. Jones in the 6-yard area. That's the man it's aimed for, Jones, and Jackson fisting it away. Cook taking too long to get it away. Giles. And a goal! Scored by Johnny Giles, and caught in the first place when Charlie Cook didn't get it out of the penalty area. Cook failed to get it out. Leeds got possession, and Giles found the far corner of the net. O'Neill to Brian Kidd. Donald, or rather Philip. Mulligan. Don Rodgers. Oh, nicely inside the full-back for Mulligan. Here's a chance, and a goal! Scored by Mulligan, but made beautifully by Don Rodgers. Mulligan's goal, and his first for Crystal Palace. And he was sneaking in there, but it was the pass by Rodgers that made it. And good play there by Bobby Bell. Now the chase is on. Rodgers going faster than any of them. Still with Rodgers. Oh, played inside for Mulligan. And another goal! Danny Mulligan's second. Don Rodgers, just as the first one was. And Paddy Mulligan, the skipper and the fullback, turns a striker twice to such very good effect. The ball from Rodgers, and Mulligan, a fairly simple task. Whittle. Rodgers, and he's onside, Don Rodgers. Kicks it one side now. That's there. That's number 3. Tremendous presence of mind by Don Rodgers. Made for him by Alan Whittle. But Rodgers, in a way, doing a Pele. Turning it one side of Stepney, running the other. Blythe coming in for Palace. And this has been their greatest afternoon. And there's Rodgers. Will this be 5? It's going to be 5. It is 5. Don Rodgers, his second. Crystal Palace, his 5th. And that is utter and total confusion and demoralisation for Alex Stepney. The look that tells everything for Alex Stepney and for Manchester United. 5-0. Rodgers second, and a beautiful goal it was. And yet it's only 3 short years ago that Manchester United came here as the first team to play at Selhurst Park in the First Division. And I remember a lot of people in South London were saying they were almost like men from another world. And here we are 3 years later, Palace 5, Manchester United 0. That is the final whistle. Afternoon in Crystal Palace's history.
Willie Henderson getting his first touch. Again. No, Blythe's foul, it's a penalty. In the very first minutes, Noel Blythe has given away a penalty. Willie Henderson was the man who was fouled, jinking his way through just inside the box. It was a trip, or so it looked from here. And so in the very first minute, John Jackson, the Palace goalkeeper, who saved from Martin Peters last week, has to face Tommy Craig. And the second division side ahead right at the start. Rodgers picking up pace. Oh yes, it is!
And again, Rodgers is gone. Fossey, time to tee it up, and a fine goal! Fossey, 1-0. Played beautifully through the centre of the field. And the pass, as it came to Fossey, gave him time to pick his spot, and he picked it to perfection. So 9 minutes to go to half-time. Derek Fossey. There's the pace again of Rodgers. Tremendous acceleration and control. And a lovely pass again to Fossey, which he couldn't quite control. But he's got Mulligan in support. Well, he'll get another chance. Played now this time for Mulligan. Hinchelwood. Mulligan. Pejic is very close at hand, so Mulligan looks for another angle, finds it, Posse jumping, a back header and Marsh getting it away. Hinchelwood right in there. Played back for Phillip. And now once more for Mulligan. Crossed again for Whittle. Oh, a tremendous goal! Tremendous header by Whittle. A low cross, and Whittle found tremendous power for that header. 2-0. What a header! Well, someone who spent a lot of money this season have been Crystal Palace. And the man who's sought the players is Bert Head, pointing there. Phillip just stabbing it away. Oh, but it's only gone to Mahoney now. Now with Robertson again. Marsh supporting him. Robertson's cross. And Blythe's header away. But this time Marsh. Palace not really getting this ball away. So Robertson gets another chance with a cross. Being forced wide and forced to Eastham. Quickening it up with the quick cross there. Floating in. Green off. And a goal! Jackson furious about it, and there was a deflection off one of his defenders. But the goal you've got to give to Jimmy Greenough. And that really puts Stoke City back in the game. 2-1 down. Quickly taken by Eastham, and very well indeed as Pejic goes in. And Pejic goes in again. Hinchelwood with a chance to get away, to give relief to the defence. Rodgers now, a touch on for Whittle. Played again for Rodgers. Marsh is covering him. But now if Rodgers can attack him, he might have a chance. He's got past Marsh. And now he's confronted by another. Rodgers again, and a goal! Not Rodgers! His confidence has come storming back, and Rodgers has scored another inimitable goal. He went by Marsh, he went by the man who filled in behind him, and then he put it past Palmer as well. Played for Marsh. That's towards Dennis Smith and Bobby Bell. Looked as though he was going to leave that a little too late, but he knew his timing all right. And that goes behind for the corner. The linesman says Tony Taylor doesn't agree, but Stoke have taken it, and it's with Marsh. And a great goal! And a great goal there by Dennis Smith, the substitute who came on as an out-and-out gamble when they took Ritchie off. And the linesman getting a bit of booing on this side of the field now, because the Palace supporters felt that it wasn't a corner from which the goal came. But the corner came over, and Smith made the most of it. Osgood again. And pulled down again by young Jim Cannon. And the referee taking him across about the first 10 minutes of his career, and Cannon is going to be booked. The 19-year-old Scot playing his first league game for Crystal Palace. And I wonder what Malcolm Allison thinks about that. Raymond Lloyd, the chairman, on his right, and on his right, of course, Sir Alf Ramsey. And Bert Head, the general manager. And now Mulligan. Well, Hinton nodding that straight to Phillip. And it's still not away yet. Hinchelwood with it now. Phillip letting another one fly, and deflection and a goal! Oh, and it's a goal! 1-0 to Palace. Phillip was the man who let it go. That's pleased the crowd. Phillip really let it go. There was a deflection to put it wide of Bonetti and high into the corner of the goal, and it's 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Forward into the middle. Posse and Whittle both going for it, and it's Whittle who collects. Oh, a bad challenge there by Harris, leaving his thigh there. A professional foul. And Harris getting quite a talking to from referee Wallace. Whittle had no chance of getting past that tackle. So Palace get a free kick. Blythe has sneaked up on this near side. Bonetti looking for the ball. And the referee insisting that that Chelsea wall goes back to full and required 10 yards. It's with Rodgers again, the delicate little chip this time, and Cannon! Oh, Cannon got it! Well, and he deserves it! Most certainly he deserves it. He's played superbly in his first league game in defence. He had his name taken almost before the game had started. He's marked Osgood well, and now from that free kick, delicately chipped in by Don Rodgers, Cannon is there to make it 2-0. 10 minutes of the second half gone.